Okay, good morning. Thank you very much, Trust, for joining me today as we unpack some of the development questions which are pertinent. So the Office of Astronomy for Development, always finds ways to translate, to contribute to the translation of, astronomy into development outcomes. So, natural scientists sometimes have got questions in terms of what development is. So in this session, we're just going to be unpacking some of these, pertinent questions around that development. Thank you very much again, Trust, for making time, today. So you said that you're going to try and help us find answers to two questions. The first one being, are there sufficient resources in the world to achieve better life for all, or will there always be inequality? The second question is, should development be global, or should development be adopted to the cultural context? So I'll repeat the first question, and then you can just, give us your take. So the first question is, are there sufficient resources in the world to achieve a better life for all, or will there always be extreme inequality? Over to you, Trust.
All right, thank you, Tawanda, for having me to address or to give my inputs on this important developmental topic, My answer to this question is in two parts. The first part is yes, we have sufficient resources, because my belief is the most important resource that we need to improve human life is human, or people who are human enough to worry or to consider other people, because we might have as much natural resources that we have, but if they are left in their natural state, they won't improve anyone's life.
Right.
So we need the best human capital resources which have people at heart, to know that whatever we do in developmental projects or in development projects, we have human at heart or as a priority. We should try by all means to level the ground by worrying and thinking about the next person as we do all that we do to improve human life. The second part is not definite, but I think we can try to minimize inequality. We can't eradicate it because some of the causes of inequality are natural or would be natural disasters. For example, look at your geographic locations and how some people actually are at a deficit of natural resources naturally. So in that case, we might do what we can do as humans to minimize that inequality. So anything that is in our control, we can do as humans to minimize inequality by trying to share the resources that we have equally. We should just have people and the politicians with the will to share and see the next person doing better.
Okay, I like the way you unpack this, Trust. Thank you very much. You also mentioned things like, political will, it's about, policymakers and politicians being willing, to make right, because I also like the fact that you mentioned that, we've got everything that we need in terms of all the resources, we don't necessarily have to go to, to find solutions in another planet or in a different place, but you say that the human mind, human capacities are enough. I think what you're saying dovetails into, the push towards, science, technology, and mathematics, subjects and things like so. But thank you very much. I think I'll just move on now to the second question, which is, should development be global or should it be adapted to the cultural context? Give us your take on that as well, Trust. Thank you.
All right, this one is quite interesting, Tawanda, because my take on this one is, I think development projects or developmental projects, for them to achieve the intended goal, which is development,
right?
They should be married or be adapted to suit the cultural context, or they should be cultural context specific,
right?
So that to achieve intended goals, because culture in its totality, from religion, beliefs, the way how people do things, the way how people commit, it determines the rate at which people accept development or developmental projects in their societies.
Right.
It determines the rate at which people can resist projects. So I think culture is very important when we are when we want to achieve the best results for development projects. So I think it is very important to have society-specific solutions to society-specific problems. I mean, we can't have a blanket for the whole, but a blanket for an individual, a family, a community, a country. Then we now look at global level. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trust. I certainly, agree with you, that I think you have to start at the grassroots level, and then aggregate bit by bit as you go up. You are right. They say, think global, but, act local, because you're right that, problems to local solutions, they're actually from that local, environment. And I think it dovetails into the first question also to say, do we have enough resources to address some of things that we struggle with, things like inequality? We do have the solutions at the local level. So thank you very much, Trust. So that was Dr. Trust Gangaidzo is an economist based in Stellenbosch. Thank you very much for your time. We hope that you can, make, time again in the future so that we continue to unpack some of these issues and continue this discussion. Thank you very much, Trust.
I wish you and the organization trying to address these pertinent problems or topics that we have. We should try by all means to be human-centered in whatever we do, especially you guys from the natural sciences. It's very important. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trust. Cheers. Until next time.
Bye-bye.